Actor John David Washington joins me now. This is brilliant. It's the most extraordinary real-life story about Ron Stallworth, who, of course, was an African-American detective, one of the first of his kind, the first in Colorado, and he had the power in some way to infiltrate the notorious Ku Klux Klan back in the 70s. I mean, the story, you're watching it on the big screen, it's almost like this can't be real.
Right, right.
It was just so unbelievable. Yeah. And you met with him then,
I met Ron. I didn't get to meet him till right before we started the pre-production, so this was at the table read. I got to meet him, and he told us his story while we were reading, and before the table read started. And while he was telling us the story, he passed around his membership card. He is no longer an active member, but he still has a card, the membership card, the Ku Klux Klan membership card, signed by the head of the Ku Klux Klan at the time, David Duke. It was incredible.
Yeah, it just historically, it's shocking, so much of it. But I suppose, and it was a very dangerous mission for him at the time, clearly, which comes across in the movie too. But for you to then play him must have been, you're taking on quite a role, aren't you? He's there to see what the final product is.
Yeah, you know, his opinion meant a lot to me when he saw it. And just these sort of pillars in history of our American history, sort of, and him being mixed up with all of them is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, as remarkable as it was, there is a lot of humour in the movie, which might sound surprising when we try and describe what this is all about. But a lot of that, I guess, tonally and getting it right is down to Spike Lee, who directed, or Uncle Spike.
Uncle, is it? Oh, he said Uncle too, huh?
Not my uncle, no, unfortunately.
No, honestly, I mean, Spike Lee, in my opinion, is a master of tone. You know, and he's proven that throughout his films, throughout the years. So I said, I love the book. I can't believe this happened. He was like, yeah, bet. All right, see you this summer. That was my audition.
that's the best.
That was it. I mean, it really kind of felt like we were already in research. Like the way as I think about it now, we were already working it out. Like, so, and I didn't know if he was like, does he want me to play one of the Black Panther people, a background artist or something? I'm not gonna say anything just in case he wants me to play around or say something else. So I was just gonna like prepare as if I was Ron, and that's what he wanted.
It happened that way.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will naturally assume that, you know, your dad is very supportive, Denzel. Clearly, he's going to help you along the way. But it's actually your mum helped in those very early days when you were sort of transitioning into acting, wasn't it? It was her that was, she's an actress, obviously, but she was reading scripts with you. It was her that was a bit of a backbone for you. So,
yeah, she, especially for I'm on a TV show called Ballers, so when I first was auditioning for that, I was reading with her. She was giving me notes. She was killing me, actually.
I love that.
She was killing me. She was very tough. But it served for my better interest. So, and I always consult with her all the time.
Yeah, we all do that.
We got to, right?
You got to. But of course, you were a professional football player.
I was.
Well, obviously, when we say football, we mean football something different here. I'm talking American football,
Yes.
But, I mean, that, when you look back at what you did within the sport, actually set you up for what you're doing now in many ways, didn't it?
Sure.
And it all sort of ended, I know it was through injury, but it ended at a time that it was right for you almost.
No, it was, I mean, I believe in God, I pray a lot, and I believe that it was meant to be, the way it happened. I tore my Achilles, which I don't wish on my worst enemy.
No, it's no
It is very painful. But that sort of transitioned me into the acting field, and fortunately enough for me, the first role that I was able to get was one of a football player now. And, you know, to me, all those lessons I learned in football are applicable to this business here. In that you want to trust your partners. Again, in Spike Lee's set, everybody trusted each other. I mean, when you got this legend, right, a legend telling you, trust your instincts, John David. He was telling that to everybody, though. Like, he believed that he picked the right people, so he didn't necessarily have to feel like he had to over-direct us, you know what I mean? So this legend believing in me, it was the confidence I needed to give me I was just free-flowing and going with it.
You were really young when you first met him, weren't you? I was Malcolm X, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was back in the early 90s.
90s, yeah. I was like 6 when I was on that set.
Yeah, so he sort of knows you. He knew what you were capable of and what he wanted from you, so that was an easy connection, I suppose, to work together.
Sure. I mean, his wife is a producer, you know, Tanya, and I did a film called Monster that made it to Sundance, playing a sociopath from New Jersey. So he had seen some stuff there too. So I guess he saw me, if I could play a sociopath from New Jersey, I guess I can play a cop from Colorado, well, from Texas.
Yeah. Of course.
So, no, it's been great, and his belief in me, I'll never forget, and I am indebted to him forever.
Yeah, well, look, the movie, as I say, it's just brilliant.